Johnson, my color commentator. We've got keys to the game. Want to make sure you have time to get in both. Get started, and then we'll resume after the starting lineups.
Well, I think the first key for Westmont has to be to make Vanguard's offense work a lot more than they did in the first two matchups. Vanguard swept the season series, and they shot 50% from the field in both those games. They got to make them work a little bit more. For Vanguard, they have to rebound. Westmont, the best rebounding team in the conference. They are actually 1-8, though, when they have 41 or less rebounds, which I know 41 rebounds is still a lot, but at least that's your magic number.
Skip pass inside to Ship. Ship spins. And a good strong move, left hand off the glass. As a big man, you appreciate that, right? She's very strong in the post.
Oh, yeah, you know I appreciate that. But Kayla Boozer in particular, she settled behind Ship. And as any good post player will tell you, if you can be on my back and I can feel you, good night. I'm going to work as Ship capitalizes on the freshman mistake.
Nice entry pass. Could have gotten away early.
It could have gotten away early. I think Westmont actually has to be kind of satisfied with that. Yeah, Vanguard threw a big first punch in the first round. Well, guess what? This is a 12-round fight last time I checked. And this is not only, I know this is a PacWest semifinal, but it has a championship feel. These are two rivals who know each other so well. Both these teams are top three.
Here is Ship inside, misses the first one. She put some shots in with some impossible angles.
It's a unique talent that she has to be able to bang, understand that she's gonna miss a shot. Shooter always knows if their shot is off, but not all of them are able to have that quick first step on the reaction time to be able to recover.
Lob pass inside to Scoff. It is.
Can't really blame her though for that foul. She was put in a bad situation, right? You kind of milked that high-low read for way too long. Yeah, they had success against Fresno with that look, but not tonight. Westmont's too good of a team for you to stay on that read for too long.
The Warriors will get it inside to Ship again. She'll go to work. No, she skips it outside. Again, that's Knight. Three-pointer in and out. Looked good again, but doesn't go. And the board pulled down by Kayla Boozer.
But that's such a mature play by Jasmine Ship. Yeah, she's got it going, but she understands that Vanguard also knows that she's got it going. She knows the double team's coming. Let me kick out to my shooter on the backside.
Tanning. Gets it out top to Boozer.
Second time that Boozer has stayed on that high-low read way too long, and that was a rocket. If you're big and you're posted up, working a lead, you want a bit more of a feather pass. If the feather's not there, it's because the weak side is coming. So if the weak side's coming over, hit that opposite corner.
Right side, Hanning. Pass indoors, off the glass and good. Nice little give and go. Shayla O'Neal converts.
Adjustment was made right away for Vanguard in that media timeout. They said just start slipping everything to try to loosen up this congestion that Westmont is causing so beautifully. Give them a little Mucinex.
Three-pointer on the way from O'Neal, no good. Rebound Garnet. And she's tied up immediately, though, by the freshman Hanning. Tie-up situation.
Michaela Hanning is such an interesting player, right? Sub 6 foot, obviously, but just the energizer.
By quite a bit. 5'7".
I was trying to be generous. But the point is, I mean, she's got so many offensive rebounds on the season for just a guard. It's just pure heart and hustle for her. And Westmont's got to account for that. The same way that Ship needs to be accounted for because of her infectious energy, that's how Westmont needs to treat her.
It'll be on Westmont's Maddie Bogan.
I gotta say, I'm a little surprised Kiefer's not the one to come off the bench right there. She sat for a little while now, finished up the last 2.5 minutes. I thought that was a good opportunity to get her in right there.
You don't want her to pick up a foul here, but still, you could use her defense right here.
0 fouls. I mean, if she picks up one, so be it.
Yeah, 3-second inbound play here, JJ.
I mean, the last time they had it was Michaela Hanning on just a crazy three-pointer that somehow still stood a chance, so might be time for her again.
The inbounds will come to Hanning.
Well, we just switched seats pretty much, and we're going to do a brand new interview. Let Russ Blunt catch his breath about right here behind us, as you guys can see. But JJ Johnson here alongside Jeff Pacell, Vanguard University Athletic Director, in year 2 now of this Division II process. How has this been, and how exciting is it for Vanguard to really find some success already in year 2? First year of postseason eligibility, already a regular season championship for your woman. Coach Davis, the right man to obviously lead this transition, just won his 13th Coach of the Year title. What does it say about him as he's been able to lead these women no matter what decade? I mean, this has been 4 different decades going back to the 90s for him. What does it say about his ability to lead across different timelines?
Yeah, one thing I love about Russ is his ability to grow.
And I love that you talked about no matter who he has, because obviously Vanguard's dealing with a little bit of the injury bug this year, right? Especially on the women's side. But Hallie C, she's really been the staple. She's the longest tenured player on this team right now. She doesn't get to play in it. How proud are you of Hallie C being able to stay in the fight for Vanguard?
Oh, yeah. Hallie's been an amazing person for us for 4 years, both on and off the court. And it was heartbreaking to see her injury and go down like that.
Now, let's take a step back from the micro, which is the women's basketball team, and step back to macro, the university. Your vision for this Vanguard University athletics department moving forward, maybe not just over the next couple of years, but 5-10 years from now.
Yeah, that's a great question because we just spent 5 years getting the D2,
Exactly.
and now we're here.
Yeah.
And I said earlier, we're learning a lot. So we're learning what it takes at this level, both recruiting-wise and actually what the PacWest is so tough. The conference,
Yes.
the travel.
Appreciate your time.
Yep.
Obviously, they're not going to see you, but
Yep.
I will see you at work on Monday.
Yep, I'll see you at work on Monday.
Sounds
All right,
good.
JJ.
Thank you for your time.
Yep.
Second half coming right up. But one of the keys for Westmont was defend the three ball, right? They did that extremely well to the tune of holding Vanguard to just 15% from downtown. That's a pretty good recipe for success, and that actually favors Westmont because they didn't shoot the three ball well either, but guess what? They've won more consistently with bad three-point shooting, so that does favor them. And also Westmont, they've had really good scoring across the board, haven't they? As no one's in double figures, it's just been consistency throughout.
On the drive, Fong misses. Ball comes right back, though, to Barito. She'll bank it home.
Barito's been such a pesky player all night, really all season. She's phenomenal in terms of her energy. The same with that Michaela Hanning's a spark plug for the guard position for Vanguard. As for Barito, as you see her stance right now, she's ready to defend at all times.
To cut that lead to 4 better. Here goes Keeper. She'll drive it all the way in and lays it up and good. And again, going against Scoff, who doesn't want to get into foul trouble. Had to play her a little bit light.
That's one of the problems when you do play that drop coverage against a non-shooter is if you give them a head of steam and you don't take a charge, you're in for a world of trouble and you start to play that Olay defense, especially when you have 2 fouls.
Here's Hanning on the drive right side. She did it from the left side in the first half. Goes to the right side here. 33-27. Kayla Hanning now with double figures with 11 points.
Any team that plays Vanguard in the first about 3 minutes of the first quarter and the third quarter need to be aware of this press because that's where Vanguard can make these runs. If they can weather the storm right there and make Vanguard expend energy without bearing any fruit in that guard in terms of those steals, then they got to feel pretty good about themselves moving forward for the rest of the game because the coaching staff trusts her to do that.
Here's Hanning going around everybody, lays it up and in from the right side. She's a freshman, JJ, and having to step up in a big role here today and so far beyond everybody's expectations, I would say.
I mean, obviously you're going to see the contact there on the M1. She's looked back at it like 1-3, but I mean the hezzy go from the right slot when you have backside action occupying the help side. I mean, it's easy pickings for her. She can take her defender on a dance season long for the blue and gold.
Nice entry pass inside to Scoff. Scoff will lay it in from the left side. And kind of been the story this whole game. Westmont will creep back in, you know, within a couple points, and then Vanguard will pull away, and they'll do it again here. Hanning with the layup, and a collision away from the basket. Discuss it.
Oh, wow.
What did you see, JJ?
Absolutely going to have a replay right here. The question, there's multiple variables being involved here. If the foul occurred before Michaela Hanning's layup is one of them, and also what type of foul it was away from the ball because Akila Kubi was blind to it, as you saw on the replay a second ago, out of the corner of the frame. And she got mollywopped in the back, so they might be looking at this for a possible hostile act from the rear.
And we're going to bring in the third official now to take a look. That's how close it is.
Well, in plays like this, officials are instructed to do that as well. If there's a flagrant in the question, all the officials must come to a consensus in terms of what they see. So the crew chief will have a look, and then obviously the 2 umpires will then switch out from there. So got to make sure they're all on the same page and they agree. I mean, my definition of hostile is probably different than the officials. I would probably call this, it's an unfortunate foul. I would probably go common, but that's just the old school in me.
Right.
But they're probably going to give us a flagrant one to make sure that these 2 rivals don't get out of hand anytime soon.
There'll be 2 free throws coming as well.
Well, if I know it seems like 30 minutes ago, but when the play actually happened, the umpire or the official Nate Crawford said, "Yes, score the basket." He was adamant about that.
That's true.
So I think like you said, it is a bit of a done deal in that regard. But I did hear the words flagrant 1, which I'm sure every Westmont fan sitting on their couch at home just went ballistic.
It's a big call for sure. Effect on this game. We've been at rest here for a while. I wonder if we'll get warm-ups before they come back to play. This is the longest delay I've seen for a
Another
call.
going to call the coaches together.
Yeah.
Do you think they're planning a picnic afterwards? So first they said flagrant as a crew.
Okay.
Then they just said, actually, we're going to not make it a flagrant, which I agree with in the first place, right?
Okay, sure.
Playoff atmosphere.
Yeah.
And then, because they actually told the coach that it's going to be 2 shots and your ball sideline out of bounds. Now Coach Davis is upset because he's saying, I thought we had the ball, but I guess we're just going to go 2 shots to resume play.
Across court for Westmont. Now to Barito. Barito pick from Ship. Will drive it left side, take it all the way in.
That was such a good move by Barito right there. The small hezzy, we saw Hanning do it earlier this half, which led to her bucket, but this time Barito, it was that small little massage dribble right there where she cupped the ball a little bit, not a carry, but a small little cup with that left hand, froze Kubi's feet, and then all of a sudden she's able to leak her way to the cup and induce the Kubi foul. But I gotta say, Westmont defensively, they're still having trouble adjusting to Vanguard's adjustment, which Vanguard slipping their first one because they knew that Westmont was denying their reversal. Now Vanguard's just wheeling their forwards through. Westmont's got to find a way to adjust to that because Vanguard's starting to find some movement within their offense again.
I think we're going to have a push-off against Westmont. Yeah, to get open, Barito pushed off. So Hanning will head to the free throw line for Vanguard. Hanning 1-1 at the free throw line tonight. She has 16 points. 8 rebounds, a couple of assists, and a steal for freshman Michaela Hanning. First free throw is good. Lead at 20. Oh, I'd say quickly. It's been a very long third period.
Well, I was looking over at our alternate official right here because I had a genuine question myself. Last time I checked, if it's an offensive foul, you cannot shoot free throws. So, I mean, by rule, you're not allowed to. So, I was just letting you go because I was trying to get confirmation here, but now the officials are going to get together because they're not sure what she called. To me, if it's a push-off by the offense, that would indicate an offensive foul. So they need to take that point off the board. Yeah, and so I'm glad that they got it sorted.
They did, yeah, the right call.
Because I don't even think the alternate official was ready for me to look at her as if I was crazy. She looked at me like, I'm glad we got it sorted, though.
She will drive in against Scott. Left hand.
It's virtually impossible to guard. I mean, you know the scout on her right-hand driver, and then all of a sudden she goes back with a beautiful kiss off glass with the left. Come on, Lisa Kiefer. Westmont's going to get going from downtown. 1 for 14 in the first 3 quarters is an anomaly, in my opinion. Even though they're not the best three-point shooting team, they're not that bad.
Kiefer. Barito, she'll fire it up. Right side, she's feeling it.
Yep.
That's a veteran right there, JJ, like you said, 58-49. 6'3" sophomore out of Newhall. PacWest freshman of the year a year ago, and there's a absolutely huge. Coach Moore wants an explanation.
I think we would like one as well.
Yeah. So no foul. There's not a foul call.
She called a carry.
Okay.
But now it's up to the officials because if it's called a backcourt, then the shot clock would be at 20. But as you hear the official over the microphone say, it's going to 30.
Okay.
Small details, but it doesn't matter. That's 10 seconds that Vanguard has to milk the clock even further.
So try and take it all the way. Hanning's there, draws contact. Wow. And finally, a very late call.
The fact that it was that late, you said it, a late call, you know that Kiefer's arguably Westmont's most important player, and to have her foul out on a play like that on a late call, especially because Vanguard had the ball in hands, you just let that one go.
Beautiful entry pass.
Terrific job. We saw Barito do it earlier, right, on that simple dump down. Westmont's been operating that dunker spot with these. You see a nice drop off right there. Good corral. Emma Scoff, anytime you swipe down, even if you don't think you made any contact, that's all the official needs to see is the swipe down. Got to be a lot smarter right there as you try to close out this final 92 seconds.